February 23rd to the 26th this year, I visited Columbiana, Ohio for an embedded community experience. That's called an ECE. My name is Deb Brown, and I'm the co-founder of Savior.town. An ECE is when I come to town and meet as many people as I can, see what you have to offer, stay with a local resident if possible, and have conversations that move your community forward. So in the course of this visit at Columbiana, I got to speak to government officials, entrepreneurs, business owners, students, and citizens. And I asked them all, what do you want? The answers are always fun. Now, downtown is part of the Columbiana Triangle that people focused on. They'd like more retail, places to hang out, a grocery store, and longer store hours and Sunday hours. On this particular video with you right now, I'm just going to touch on a few things we worked on to help them create a brighter downtown. We'll start with retail. I want them to start by making shopping at their store more of an experience. So why should I come to your store? What's in it for me? You know, it's all about customer service and cool products and making it a real experience for me to be there. Don't sit in the back of the store behind the counter and wait for me to talk to you. Come on out and visit with me. Show me what you have. Let's have some fun there. Next up, please stay open later. Now, I get it. You own a store and you want to spend time with your family too. But what we know for sure is that 70% of shopping occurs after 6 p.m. And the best money-making times for retail are on the weekends. Why not create some events that people want to come to? And anyone can do this. You don't need permission to get started. This year, Columbiana passed a resolution to let there be open containers during their events. So you could actually go buy a glass of wine and walk around town with that in your hand during an event. There was a lot of brouhaha around it, but it turns out it's really worked out very well and certainly in their favor. Now, we talked about marketing as well. Now, remember, I'm not sharing everything we talked about, just a few things. And this is really important for everybody. You want to make sure your businesses are registered with Google. And if you don't know how to do that, you can call in your Small Business Development Center folks. They're all over the United States, and they actually do trainings on how to register your business, and they'd love to come to your community. People use their cell phone, to search. They want to find you, but they don't know who you are. So if you're not registered with Google, you don't show up in the search engines. Next up, how do your store windows look? That's a lot of space for free advertising. Are they inviting? Do you change them out at least once a month, and twice would be better? There's lots of vehicles that drive through downtown. And if your store is really cool looking and maybe has some bright lights, people tend to see you before. And it goes for the walkers too. Give them a reason to come up to your window and go, what is that? And even better, to come into your store. Finally, go out and make some video. I'm sitting in my kitchen talking to you right now. And the reason I'm sitting here instead of in my office is the internet is out in town. However, I'm using a hotspot to do that. Don't let anything stop you from making some video. Just take your smartphone, go outside, or go to a nice lighted place inside and shoot some video. Show us what you have in the store. Get personal. People want to know about you. Talk about your staff. Have some fun with it. And don't forget to share it on social media platforms. And don't worry so much about how you look. Just have some fun. Now, finally, they have some empty buildings in Columbiana. And I suggested they host an empty buildings tour, and not just in the downtown area. Remember, I talked about the triangle. They could do that tour in all three parts of town. It's really simple to do. You just get the owners and the realtors to agree to come to be on site for the tour, to answer the questions like, how many square foot is this? How much square foot is this? And what do you want? And what's behind that door? And have a local person share during the tour what used to be there, and maybe even share some ideas of what could be there. And then invite everybody you know, and have all your friends invite everybody you know, and reach out to economic development people across the state as well. It's a lot of fun, an empty buildings tour. In fact, starting on August 1st, Becky and I are releasing our next monthly video, and it's called Changing the Conversation, a tour of empty buildings case study. Shoot, I'm not supposed to tell you about that till August 1st. Well, now you know. And just follow up at saveyour.town, not saveyour.com, but saveyour.town on August 1st for all the info. Now, been some really, really pretty great news coming out of Columbiana, too. Lance, the city manager, reached out to me a couple of months ago and said they were in the running for Reader's Digest, Ohio's nicest city. That alone is extremely exciting. But this week, we just found out that they actually won the contest. They are Ohio's nicest city. They worked really hard at changing that conversation and being more positive. As a result, they have learned how to work together better, much better, and promote the voting of this award. We're going to know in October, when we see the Reader's Digest itself, if they actually won the United States nicest city. I love visiting communities for an ECE, embedded community experience, and I love staying in touch with my communities as well. There's no secret to the work I do. I listen to everybody, take a lot of notes, answer a lot of questions, give a presentation that shares what people told me, and show them the ways they can accomplish those things. If you're interested, just leave a comment and we'll talk. Have a great day. See you next week.